Hello, glorious souls. Welcome to your Soul Service Astrology for the week beginning the 20th of March, 2023. Welcome to the Celestial New Year. We are at our equinox point, the March equinox point. Now, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, that would suggest your environment might be starting to move towards composting and rotting and dying. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, that this particular point might mean that you're heading more towards growth and fecundity and a bit more sunshine and energy. Now, it doesn't all happen in an instant, does it? It doesn't all happen in an instant. So happy Celestial New Year. This is the new me. I will be celebrating the Celestial New Year from now on. And if you've not met me before, I've got lipstick on my teeth. Clearly I get lipstick on my teeth. I'm Kel. I'm a 13 sign sidereal astrologer, and that means the astrology here matches what you can see in the sky, with some little fixes here and there, because of course astronomy tends to refer to areas of the sky. That's a constellation. An astrologer is most interested in what are the stars behind the backdrop of the ecliptic. So the ecliptic is where all the planets, celestial bodies revolve around the sun. And what are the stars? What are the nebulas? What are the celestial things that we can see behind that ecliptic? So that's how an astrologer would look at the ecliptic. Now, modern Western astrology is not really looking at it like that, because it doesn't match where they're placing the planets to what you can observe in the sky. And I think we need a little bit of a course correction. We need to come back to looking the sky. Our ancient ancestors always looked to the sky. That allowed them to bring the sky to earth. The sky would tell them when they needed to move. The sky would tell them what particular season they were moving into next. The sky would tell them, oh, these plants are going to, or this food is going to be growing here and there. So sky in Australia, sky country isn't separate from country, and they are intimately linked. And for us to come back into our ecological selves, because we got separated, we've been separated massively from our environment. A practice like Soul Service Astrology, 13 sign sidereal astrology, is a practice towards ending your separation so that you can start to step into your soul's purpose, your soul's service, your own healing, all those things, and start to lead a much more happy life. That's the point of the astrology that I will share here on this channel. Okay, what's happening this week? There's a lot happening this week. So if you haven't already felt it, there is massive Pisces energy. You'll have to excuse me, because this past week I got the flu because of course I needed to stop and I wasn't listening. So my body said, well, she's got to stop. We'll make a stop. She'll get the flu. I haven't had the flu in a very, very, very long time. So that was wake up call for me. So as we move into this Pisces energy, there's 6 planets, and then there'll be 5, because Venus will start to sort of move more towards the void space between Aries and Cetus before it transits into Taurus a little bit later in a few weeks' time. This space in Pisces is for us to step into the next level of our mystic. Now, you might be listening to this and go, what is she talking about? I'm not a mystic. I don't even know what she means by mystic. I'm not mystical. Well, everyone is mystical, and there's all different layers to our mystic. Our mystic starts with our body. So you might be starting with your body, like, hey, I call myself a mystic and I ignored my body. And so I had messages. So the idea is you listen to the messages that are coming from your body. That's step one. The next one, it might be messages from your nervous system and your emotions and your feelings. Then it might be messages and information from your environment. I'm getting a lot at the moment. My environment is very hot and humid. It feels like I'm floating and in this humid, thick atmosphere. Of course, my nose is all thick with mucus, and I feel like what's going to be happening for me next week with my free Celestial New Year's online event, which you're invited to. You can go to my website and join in next Tuesday, on Tuesday this week. But you can still join because this will be coming out before Tuesday next week. I've got that, and then I've got a big thing at my professional job. So, of course, there's this up-leveling happening in my body, my energetic state, my emotions, my feelings. It's taking us to that next level of our mystic. Our mystic isn't separate from the things that we have to do in this world. All those things that you do in this world is mystical. So don't separate your mystic out from the things you have to do in the world. And it doesn't have to be big, everyone sees things in the world. It could be like little things, like one thing people are going to see for me in my world. And then another thing is very niche, and it's only restricted to a very niche group of people that are going to have me step up into my leadership and my confidence. Now that's the next part of the week. So the first part of the week starts with the eclipse, and the eclipse is in Pisces. So that's when the sun is directly over the celestial equator on the ecliptic, right? So where we observe it on the ecliptic, it's directly over the celestial equator. And that means the nights and days are approximately even. And that's where astrologers start the new year from. So we're in the age of Pisces. The equinox is in Pisces. There's lots of planets in Pisces. So if there was any energetic flavor this age carried, your whole life carried, because that's Neptune's going to be in Pisces for the next couple of quite a long time, 30 years maybe, is to step into your mystical nature in the mundane and feel into all layers of that being, your body, your emotions, your feeling, your nervous system, your environment, your intuition. Then you support others to do the same. And that could just be by your mere presence. It's not necessarily that you have to start a business or anything like that. So that's the equinox. Now, the equinox is a time where you can reflect on the past 13 moons, the past 4 seasons. You can reflect, and I would encourage you to do that. And we're going to do that at my Celestial New Year's Circle celebration. Say that 3 times fast. I can't. And then we're going to intend. Now, on Wednesday, the 22nd of March, we have a new moon in Pisces. So it's a great time to also allow yourself to soak into the energy at the end of the Celestial New Year. Celebrate that. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the things that you've done. Pour compassion into yourself for what you have achieved. It doesn't matter how little it is. If you have healed yourself in any way over the past 4 seasons, celebrate yourself. Sorry, it's my nose. I can't get the words out fast enough. Then soak in that energy of pride for yourself, compassion for yourself, achievement. Then start to feel in, what's my new intention? Do I have a new intention for the Celestial New Year for the next 4 seasons? Or do I just want to set a little intention under this new Pisces moon? Now we're going to have 2 new moons in Pisces back to back. And I think that's correct. That is correct. I'm going to get out my pen and have a look. But I'm pretty sure it's correct. We've got 2 Pisces, yes. And the next new moon in Pisces starts eclipse season. We have a full solar eclipse. So this is really preparation for that. Feel into what intentions you want to set, right? Because when the eclipse comes along in the next month, you'll be called to make changes towards that intention. So the cliche goes, be careful what you wish for. what are you wishing for with your subconscious? And that's why this period now, if you are feeling like there's a bit of chaos and you don't really know up from down because there's a bit of unknown and you don't know which way to go, your ego panics and will throw up the things that it likes to do to make you feel safe. But for someone who I have stepped outside my comfort zone a lot, and I still this week know I need to step outside my comfort zone again, and I can see what my ego's doing. As I know I need to do that, you have to just flow with it. You have to support yourself to flow with it so that then you're clearing out your subconscious and moving towards the energy that you want to be, the energy that you want to step into, not the energy that your ego is trying to step into. Now, how do we clear our subconscious? You can, of course, use any kind of somatic work, yoga, including asana and pranayama and meditation. Pilates is actually also really good body, breath, combining movement to allow yourself to move. You want to get out of the mind. This is not the mind's realm where we're dealing with the subconscious. You might need to go and see a practitioner to support you to transmute the fears that you have that are in your subconscious, because you don't want your fears programming your intention. So if you come to the Celestial New Year's party, that's what we're going to do. Yep. So you'll be able to be vibrating at your highest possible frequency before you set your intention. And so that if there's any changes towards that intention that need to be made, you can always come back to that vibration because you felt it before, and keep coming back. And later in the week, after we've done the new year and we've done the new moon, there's an opportunity for us to step into our confidence. There's an opportunity for us to step into our inspired leadership and to start to direct our vitality and our energy and share it. So Saturn in Aquarius will be trine Mars almost before it moves into Gemini. Now, Mars has been in Taurus for months. Our energy has probably felt maybe quite grounded, but on the flip side of that, you might have felt your energy has been a bit stuck. And where is my vitality? And why aren't I moving forward? Because you've had to be a bit more consistent with being resourced and having your needs met and going, okay, this is clear and simple. I'm decluttered. I know which way I'm going. So now the opportunity is, as we embrace our mystic in the mundane, we can start to step up as an inspired leader wherever our wisdom lies and start to share, teach our message in a very focused, considered, directed, clear way, because we've had that Mars energy go through Taurus. Now, the reason why I'm also expressing that sharing and teaching perhaps is because Mars will move into Gemini this week. So that's a big deal. So now our vitality and our energy can start to move towards and lean into sharing our message. It can start to be, it might be teaching, or it might be, okay, I'm focusing my energy and my vitality on learning. And this is the area that I want to learn in. It's not scattergun, I want to learn everything. It's a very considered, because we've had the time in Taurus, it's a very considered and focused center of coming to learning. So that's the energy that Mars will bring for you. Now, we've got this very watery Pisces energy still happening while we get a little bit more air energy. So use it to elevate your vibration, use it to elevate your congruence towards that intention that you want to set, towards your confidence, towards your imagination and your inspiration. And you can feel that energy bubbling up. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, all of this is shifts in your energetic frequency, where energy first, And again, the mind is playing catch up. So it's likely that this might be part of your healing. And we have Chiron conjunct mind, Mercury in Pisces. So you might be reminded of some healing you need to do. You might be reminded to go and get support in your healing. You might be reminded, this is the thing that I need to stop, and I need to go in, and I need to get my healing on board with my mind. And it's okay to still be the inspired leader, teaching and learning and sharing while we're still healing. That is totally fine. That is being a fully integrated human being. And let me tell you, all the mystics in the mundane, we are healing as we are leading. And that is what it means to be a true mystic, that you can heal and lead at the same time, but you don't let your ego fears lead, right? So that's where the healing bit comes in. And you have the power to do all that healing yourself, not by yourself, for yourself. So if you need support, you reach out and you go and seek that support. So that's the energy for this week. It's a big week. I would really encourage you to rest. I'm talking this out of my mouth so that my brain hears it and my body hears it. To rest, take it slower, take some things off your list that aren't important, focus in on those really important things, and enjoy next week as we step into the new celestial year, and that you get to celebrate what you've achieved over the last 13 moons. And as I mentioned, come to my Celestial New Year's celebration on the 21st of March, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. You can go and sign up at my website, soulserviceastrology.com, and I would love to see you there. And other than that, have a glorious week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.